Are you ever in the bathroom, brushing your teeth, looking at yourself in the mirror, making sure you're going in a circular motion? Your mind is completely enveloped in the activity that you're doing. You're completely enveloped in the fact that you have to brush every single tooth, and then it hits you like a brick truck, and you think, wow, I really regret a lot of things that I've done. Really? I wish I didn't do that. And I'm not talking like Uncle Rico. I could have been a champion, man. I could have been a champion. No, I'm talking about actually looking back on your life and thinking, wow, I suck. There's a lot of things that people regret in their lives. Some people regret making out with a hot dog. Some people regret making out with a dog, having a snaggletooth, running for president, looking at people with snaggle teeth. I regret being seen for a while. That was a thing. I regret that time I decided to wax my butt with Elmer's glue and sandpaper. That time I thought I could go paragliding with a wheelchair connected to a bike. The time that I thought I knew how to swim, swallowing that cat. One thing that I regret the most is sacrificing that kid. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. I was about 10 years old, we'll say. I'm pretty sure, I was in elementary school, I know that much. I grew up in Pittsburgh. Steelers! In an area that some people would define as a ghetto, when in actuality it was a ghetto without the air quote. It's a pretty dangerous place, and my dad took home security to an extreme level. He wanted to protect us, I guess, from bandits, ninjas, telemarketers, Mormons. We'd always make sure that the front door is locked, the back door is locked, the windows were locked. Pretty sure in my dad's mind, our house was a freaking fortress. Like, it was like a castle. It was like Burger King. One of his greatest fears. Somebody was gonna go, open our door, go in our fridge, take our toast, take our bread, and then put it in the toaster. Because he's always like, make sure you tie up the bread. Make sure you tie up the bread. That doesn't sound like an old Chinese woman. One thing that he would do was that he would only give house keys to my older brothers and sisters, the people that he trusted. On the fateful day, my dad approached me and he sat me on his lap. Sat me on his lap and said, "Look here, son. It's about time for you to grow up to be a man." At this point, my idea of what a man was modeled by not only my father, but everything that I saw on television, which was mostly BET. So, a big black guy. He says, "Here is the key." In that moment that he presented that key to me, well adorned with a Steelers logo, my precious door opening device. To many it might have seemed like a simple thing. But to me, it was awesome. Awesome! Lights shined out of my eyes. Rainbow jumped out of my butt. My dad gives me this key, and the next day I have school. So I'm going to school that day. I'm strutting my stuff. I got my key in my pocket. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be it. I wasn't even worried about being mugged on the way to school. Usually you duck behind trees and you hop in a bush and you wait a couple seconds for Debo to go by. But no, just went to school and I walk in. At the beginning of school, there's this courtyard area, like our playground area, where all the kids are before they let us into the school. And as I walk in, this is how you know that this key was a big deal. It wasn't just a big deal to me, it was a big deal to everybody on the block. It was a big deal to everybody on the block. As I strutted my stuff onto the school grounds, a red carpet came out of the ground, dragged by fairies all the way to the front door, and there's glitter all over it. Girls just come from everywhere. They sprout out of the ground. They fall from the sky. They're all like, "Oh, Joseph!" And 50 Cent starts in the club, starts playing in the background. What? Generic rapper says what? Kill, shoot, profanity. The music is banging, the music is banging. I'm like, all right. And then every single kid, every single one of my friends are around me. I can hear the whispers. I can hear the whispers. They're like, have you seen him? Have you seen Joseph today? Have you seen him today? Have you seen him? He got a key, man. He got a key, man. He's a pimp. Now back then, being a pimp was a desirable thing. No understanding of the horrors of what prostitution is. He's awesome. He's got this, he's got that, he's got this, and he's got this, he's got that, he's got this, and I'm soaking it in. I'm a big sponge. And all the glamour, and all the glory. People are throwing money at me. Barack Obama drove up in a limo, just threw a wad of cash at me. Hit me right in the face. Hillary Clinton gave me her number. Yeah. Pretty sure that I went there in my school uniform, but as I'm walking down this red carpet, I have this shimmering gold tuxedo. It's just this shimmering gold tuxedo. Needless to say, I was the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas. I can remember specifically every single class. Every single class, I'm sitting back in my desk. I'm sitting back in my desk like this, and I'm just nodding at people. Sup? And Hillary Clinton is sitting right next to me, and she's like, "Dang, you tight." And, teachers asking me questions in class. They're like, "Hey, what's 2 + 2? What's 2 + 2?" And I'm like, "It's 5." And they're like, "No, the answer's 4." "Well, it's 5 now." And I do like this. I do my hand like this, and I flash my key. I flash my key, and all the teachers explode. They explode into confetti. 50 Cent drops out of the ceiling. Best school day of my life. Often seems to be a trend. Right when I think things are going to be awesome, things are going to go well, something happens. Something happens. After school, I'm walking and I'm strutting back home. Not a care in the world. The sun is shining and Mr. Sun is smiling at me. He's smiling at me and he's like, "You go, girl." And I say, "I'm not a girl," and I backhand the sun. Turn him into the moon. They say you can't do that. But I did it. And I get home. Now this is the moment of truth. I finally get to use this thing. I take my hand. I take that hand covered in Michael Jackson's only glove. I reach down into my tiny pockets to grip my special key. And out I pull nothing. Nothing! There was nothing in my pocket. And in that second, I wasn't thinking about Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. I wasn't thinking about 50 Cent and his inspirational lyrics. I wasn't thinking about the glitter and the red carpet. I was thinking, my life is over. I was not going to go down like this. I sprinted back to school. I sprint like this because I'm punching people on the way everywhere. And the key is nowhere to be found. And I'm like, dang it! So I run back home. I stroked my non-bearded 10-year-old face. And I hatched a plan. There's no way that I was going to let my dad find out that I had lost the frickin' key. I'm not going to be found out here weeping. I'm not going to weep. Because at this point, I was crying. There are only 5 times in my life that I've ever cried. When I lost my key, when I was a Boy Scout, and they made me do push-ups, in the eye with a baseball bat, when Cinderella got her clothes ripped up, disgusting looking sisters, just homely looking young ladies. Seriously. When I lost my favorite Barbie doll, yes, I played with Barbie dolls. Shut up! When George Bush didn't go for a 3rd term. He only got 2. As I'm there, weeping for the 6th time in my life, one of my cohorts from elementary school just walks by my house. He's like, "Hey, Joseph, what up? What up? What up?" I turned around and I said, "Shut up! Shut up, I'm busy!" And I didn't want him to see me cry, so he just walked away. So, this is what I'll do. I'll frame someone else. I'll sacrifice him. I get myself a sizable sized rock. A sizable rock. So I take that rock and I smash it on the ground as hard as I can. Breaks cleanly in half. Actually, cleanly in half. Take that rock, throw one through the window, shattering glass everywhere. Half of the rock I set somewhere on the porch, strategically. I knew my dad would come, and he would ask, "What happened?" My dad's voice keeps changing. "What happened?" I would tell him what happened. That hoodlum from my school ran by here and threw a rock right into our window. I saw it happen and he ran away. I was so flabbergasted that I stood here and waited. You need to buy me a cell phone because I couldn't call the cops. I got a cell phone. The moral of this story is brush your teeth. Thanks a lot for letting me waste your time again. I wasn't sure if this vlogging thing was going to be a thing, but maybe it will be. That depends on the views, that depends on the likes, that depends on the comments and subscribers. That depends on you. Leave a comment below. I'm pointing down. I'm assuming by the time that this video is up that the comments will still be down there. There's probably an ad over one of these directions. There's a link right there. And hopefully I'll figure out how to do those types of things so that I'm not just pointing out into space. Sweet. Leave me a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want me to waste your time more, because I will. Peace.
Can I do something?
Not in this video.
Just 5 seconds, just a quick clip of just all of us smiling. Like a happy family. See, this shows diversity in your videos. Viewers like that. Dang it. Let me just smile. Sorry about your shoe. Okay. Is it on?
This is not going in the video. I'm a big sponge!